You might be wondering, is Major League Baseball a dying professional sports league? We've all seen the headlines. We've all seen everyone talk about it for a while now. And while it pains me to admit this, I do believe there is a practical solution to reignite fan interest.
There's only one way you can take this, and it's in that ring. Who wants to go toe-to-toe with the champs? This is calling my shot.
With that being said, on today's video, let's talk about why Major League Baseball needs to shift to an 82-game regular season. So what we saw this year with COVID was that Major League Baseball was forced to play a 60-game regular season. And what we learned from this was viewership actually increased 4.2% this year, which is crazy considering over the last decade we've seen nothing but steep decline. So what this tells me is that fans enjoyed the regular season a lot more because every game mattered more. And this might be controversial to some baseball purists, but I think we have to look at what's best for the league as a whole and what is going to reignite fan interest in America. Because unfortunately, America's pastime has been on the decline for a while now. We actually have seen that the NBA has surpassed Major League Baseball as the second most watched sports league in the United States. The average NBA franchise is worth $1.9 billion. Well, the average MLB franchise is now worth $1.7 billion. So in terms of total league value, the NBA is actually worth more now. And until this year, the NBA has kind of slaughtered the MLB on viewership. But what was encouraging is Major League Baseball actually beat the NBA in viewership this year. And I think most of that has to do with the shortened regular season. And this is also the most perfect time to implement something like this because we're coming off of a 60-game season. So fans are already kind of acclimated to a shorter season. One of the arguments that might oppose this is that it's going to hurt large market teams with strong ticket revenue, which is true. But you have to look at the total picture here. Teams like the Yankees and the Red Sox make a significant amount of money off of their ticket revenue and from having 82 or 81 home games. But what this will do with a shortened 82-game season will increase fan interest in smaller and mid-market teams where we'll see ticket attendance climb. One of the myths thrown out there is that ticket sales make up most of Major League Baseball's money. That's not true. In all professional sports leagues, including Major League Baseball, media deals actually bring in the most revenue. And because baseball right now is considered to be so regional, it has done well in terms of media contracts that's landed with regional sports networks. But if we switch to this 82-game season, the competition to broadcast more games is going to increase, which means that these media deals will only become more lucrative. It's the same thing with ticket sales. Sure, we might see a dip in revenue overall from ticket sales, but a lot of these smaller mid-market teams will increase attendance, which will create a better baseball atmosphere, and it will, in turn, create more lucrative media contracts. One encouraging stat that we saw this year was the 18 to 34-year-old age group saw a 53% increase in viewership for Major League Baseball. Now, this is great because the 18 to 34-year-old range is considered the hardest to capture their attention with all of the other competitive entertainment options there are in today's world. Another encouraging fact is that every single age demographic this year saw viewership increases, which is the first time this has happened for a while. So going back to ticket sales have dropped over the last 10 years from 78.5 million to 68.5 million, which is substantial. So Major League Baseball is already starting to lose revenue in terms of ticket sales. So I don't think that switching to an 82-game season is really going to hurt the value of the league in totality all that much. Plus, look at the NFL, for example. The reason why their ticket sales are so strong and their media deals are so lucrative is because up until recently, they only play 16-game regular seasons. So, of course, every single game matters, and it makes it must-watch television. It's the same concept here if we roll it into Major League Baseball. The only issue we might have is having to kind of reset record books, which is where it gets a little bit dicey. But if we continue from 2020 with the 60-game season to 82 games from here on out, we kind of just have to readjust records, and sure, Barry Bonds' home run record will never be broken. And a lot of these records, it won't be possible under this new format to break them. But we just have to kind of restart. I think in order to do what's best for Major League Baseball, this is the best solution. There's been lots of talks about shortening the game and all of that. I don't think that matters that much, because the NFL actually has very comparable game times. The only difference is you could maybe say the action, but I think a lot of it also has to do with there only being 16 games. So if there's only 41 home games for fans to attend, the atmosphere is going to be crazy, and Major League Baseball is going to reap the benefits from it. They have an incredible opportunity to capitalize on the summer months because they don't have to compete against other sports leagues. That's the other thing that kind of kills the baseball playoffs, is they're competing against football. Well, you're not going to overtake college football or the NFL in America. It's not possible. So if you shorten the season and capitalize on the summer months where they're really not competing against these other big sports leagues, and maybe shift the World Series to a late August or early September start, your playoff viewership's also going to increase. And what does that mean? Right, more lucrative media deals. That's the key here. With technology ever changing and digital content, Major League Baseball needs to make their product must-watch TV. They've done a great job. They were actually one of the first sports leagues to roll out MLB TV, where fans can stream all of their home games. They could capitalize on this and even increase the value of that by shrinking the regular season. Now, you might look at World Series ratings and playoff ratings this year and say, well, we see that the World Series and playoff ratings this year have been terrible, and they've been the worst in Major League Baseball history. I'm not too concerned about this because TV ratings in general, because of COVID this year, are down. The NFL's numbers are down, the NBA's numbers are down, the NHL's numbers were down. So I think it was just kind of a weird year, and we can kind of throw all that stuff out. The only thing that really matters is the 4.2% viewership increase in totality and the increase among age demographics. The shift to 18 to 34-year-olds coming back and watching the sport is highly encouraging. And actually, the World Series outperformed both the Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals this year so far. So as a baseball advocate and for someone that loves Major League Baseball, I really just want to see what's best for the sport. And I know it's been in trouble over the recent years and has been surpassed by the NBA. But I do believe that this is really the only practical solution to helping baseball become America's pastime again. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if there's maybe other solutions that I didn't think about that Major League Baseball might be able to implement. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video if you liked the video, and we'll see you on the next one.